Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Dasky here with another Crash of Cars gameplay. Now in this gameplay, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing on the new facility map, and I'm going to try and get a nice decent score, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on what you can do on this map to try and get some easy crowns and to improve your score on this map. Now as you can see, my current high score in the last hour is only 31 crowns, and this is actually my second game that I'm about to go into right now. So by following these steps, you should hopefully be able to improve your score quite a bit. But I'm not the best player on this facility map. In fact, using faster cars I find is actually a little bit difficult, but I'll get into more detail when I'm on this map. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just jump straight into the match on facility. And here we spawn right by the fan, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up my first power up. Unfortunately, it is the shield. It's not the best power up to get straight away. Obviously, you want the shield later on a bit in the game when you do a bit more damage to your enemies. But nonetheless, I'm not going to say no to a free shield. So I'm just going to be driving around here, causing as much havoc as I possibly can, and just picking up a few crowns. Now the reason why the speed and the faster cars I find a bit more difficult on this map is because there's so many ramps and bumps. Your car kind of goes flying in the air a lot of the time, and you lose a bit of control. That way it's a bit better to have more traction on this map, and that way a slower car with more power might be more beneficial. Also, there's a lot of holes and cracks in this map, and you don't want to be smashed into any cracks or holes in the map and die. So that's why it's a bit better to use the heavier cars, that way you don't get knocked around easily. So there you go, there's the fan. Actually, the fan kind of blew me, and I'll go ahead and I've got the spikes now. Now I'm frozen here, and I don't know why the enemies just didn't come and destroy me. I threw my spikes to try and get them away from me, but they didn't even try and take me on. There I use a teleport right next to the laser beam, and I'm sure, as you already know, there's a massive laser beam on this map. There I destroyed the enemy. I knew there was no chance that I wouldn't be able to get damaged by that trebuchet, so I just took the bullet, got some damage, but I destroyed their car in the process, and I was able to pick up their crowns. Now I've got so many teleports. This is probably like my 5th or 6th teleport actually in this game, and I use it trying to aim for the enemies. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to destroy any cars, so I'm just going to try and drive away from that rumbler and not take too much damage, because obviously he is the heavier car and he will knock me around. Here I put a bit of damage on the other cars, destroying the submarine and picking up their crowns. As you can see, I've got a health pack. I activate it, and the enemy spawns right on top of the health pack. Come on, that has to have been the worst health pack drop that you have ever seen. Right when I needed health, the enemy spawned right on top of it. I was super unlucky there. The enemy probably spawned, came in, and was just like, whoa, 2 free health. But yeah, he got extremely lucky there, and I was extremely unlucky with that. You always try and go in spots where there's no enemies, and unfortunately they had to, of course, dropped on it. I missed that crown there just because the speed was a little bit hard to handle there, and I've got the oil. I was going to try and save it up for when there was an enemy behind me, but there was another power up right in front of me, so I went and picked that up, and I got the flamethrower. Now as you can see, I'm flying all around this map. It's very, very difficult, as I said just earlier, to try and control where you are on this map and how you move around it when you are using the faster cars. So that's why I say just try and drive around the flatter areas if you do have a faster car on this map. That way you can actually control your movement. So now I've activated the spikes and I've got the oil on me, and I'm going to drive around the side part of the map. Now this part of the map is actually a very important part of the map. It allows you to get away from anyone that's following you because it is only one lane. You can drop like landmines and oil, and your enemy will fall off the edge. So it's very beneficial in that way. However, when there is an enemy coming head on, it is very difficult to avoid them since it's only a 1-lane street. So that's why you got to be very cautious when you're going down this path and make sure no enemies are coming onto you. If they are, you can always turn away last second and try and avoid them. I tried to avoid that fortune boat then, but they bumped me and did cause me some damage. So now I'm on a small amount of health, but I've managed to pick up a shield right when I need it. So I'm going to drive around. I activated there just in case because I thought I was falling off into the water. I didn't want to die right there. And of course, you know my strategy when I've got the shield. Just drive into heaps of enemies, cause as much trouble as I can. Now I started to drive away because I know that the shield is going to expire very quickly and I don't have a lot of time left. So I just want to get away. Here I can see that there's a few enemies coming head on to me, and unfortunately I did get destroyed on 70 crowns for my second match today. So what you can do when you're playing this match is I would highly suggest to stick around the flat areas of the map. That way you have a lot more control when you're driving around. Also, there is a laser beam that shoots out across the middle of the map. I would say be very careful of that. You can use that to try and destroy enemies and pick up your crowns, which is what I commonly use. In this game I didn't see too many rails going off, but you can kind of use it similar to the trains like you do on the mine map. Just wait for the train to come in, destroy all your enemies and pick up their crowns. You can use the same strategy here, except it is a lot more riskier because as soon as you touch that laser gun, your car will get destroyed. So if you do it, be careful. Now I hope you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you did, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. Also, be sure to tell me the most crowns you've earned on the facility map in one game. And for now, Dasky out.